Hey there, this is Kristen from KristinCoaching.com, and thank you so much again for joining me for another video today. We're going to be talking about how to deal with an insecure partner, and I'm really looking forward to this topic because insecurities, whether they're within ourselves or somebody else, is a very common struggle to have. I think most of us are always trying to find out who we are and trying to be the best versions of ourselves, and that can oftentimes be difficult based on maybe past experiences we've had, whether they have been, unhealthy intimate relationships in the past or bad negative experiences with other people, even if they weren't intimate relationships. Anything that's happened to us in the past that's been negative can have effect on our self-esteem and our self-worth. So I wanted to address this topic in this video today about what to do if we find ourselves having a partner with really low self-esteem and self-worth, low insecurities. Or I should say insecurities in general. What can we do about that? Okay, so again, my name is Kristin Coaching. I'm a relationship coach. I'm a therapist. My goal is to give you relationship tips and tools and advice so you can learn from them and take them into your own relationship, because I believe that all relationships deserve a happy and healthy chance, okay? I think everybody out there who's in an intimate relationship can make their relationship work, but we have to put in effort, we have to learn, we have to grow, and we have to get some tools and tips to make it the healthiest that it can be, okay? So let's dive into the topic of today, and I'm super excited. I do have to start by saying that when we have a partner with insecurities, when we have a partner with low self-esteem, this is not an easy fix. I wish I could give you just a 1, 2, 3 step-by-step of what to do in order for your partner to be better and be super confident, but I can't. But I can give you tools that can help, okay? Tools that can help how you address the situation, how to get your significant other to take matters into their own hands in order for them to get more confident, okay? Because I do have to say that having a partner with low or no self-esteem can be really draining on the relationship for various reasons. Oftentimes people with insecurities can really doubt themselves. They can doubt themselves, they can doubt their choices, they can doubt the relationship. Also, people with insecurities often need reassurance from other people, also known as reassurance from our partner. So sometimes people can be so paralyzed with insecurity and worry that they can't even make a decision for themselves. And they always have to ask their partner, well, what should I do? Tell me. And it can be really draining on the relationship and even become a toxic situation. People with insecurities, especially if they're really, really low, often need their significant others to fill them up, so to speak, to give them the ego boost that they need to just get out in the world and do their own thing and be as productive as possible. People with insecurities, especially on, it can be a spectrum of insecurities, but really, really low ones, people just have a hard time functioning on their own. And so they rely on their partners to take care of them, essentially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And again, that can be really draining for the partner. So I want to acknowledge that for you. And so it can become a really difficult situation to be in when we have a significant other who struggles with insecurities and low self-esteem. So there are some things that we can do to address this issue, okay? Again, it's not just a magic wand where you can just wish that your partner is the most secure person in the world and voila, they are. It doesn't work like that. But there are some steps, some processes, some tools that you can use to help, okay? So I'm gonna give you 5 tips on how to deal with an insecure partner right now. Step number 1. I know this is hard, especially if you've been in this relationship for a while or you've been dealing with this problem for a while, but it is really important that you are understanding and supportive of your significant other. My mentality in all relationships is you guys are a team, okay? You guys are a partnership. And like I said, I know it can be draining to have an insecure partner in the relationship. But if you are coming from a tough love situation or a part of, I can't deal with this is your problem, you're not working together as a unit and as a team to help resolve this issue. So you have to be on the same side of the battlefield. Both you and your significant other need to be together on the same side of the line, and the enemy is the insecurity. The enemy is tackling that insecurity and making sure that that insecurity doesn't become that insecurity anymore and becomes confidence. Okay, that's the battle. So you and your significant other need to work together as a team to do this, because if your other half is feeling insecure and doubtful about themselves, feels that you are not on their side and that you're mad at them, and that you're angry with them for being insecure, it's not going to work. Okay, you're going to be fighting a battle that isn't helpful. Sorry, I'm reaching for my water, you guys. Okay, so it's really important to be supportive and be understanding. Insecurities come and stem from oftentimes, and like I said, really negative relationships that we've had in the past, things that have been said to us, done to us, told to us, whatever that is. And our past really dictates our present sometimes. And so people don't necessarily have a healthy upbringing, whatever that looks like. So it's really important to understand that and understand where the insecurity comes from, okay? So step number 2 of how to deal with an insecure partner is you have to encourage individuality for your significant other. Like I said, your partner oftentimes can really rely on you to make them feel better, to make them feel beautiful, to make them feel confident, to make them feel wanted and needed, right? But what's really important when someone's insecure is you have to give them that space and allow them to build themselves up on their own. They can't rely on you. When you tell them how great they are or how amazing they are, yes, that's a boost to confidence that they can hold, but it's usually just for a short amount of time. It's almost like putting a Band-Aid on the situation, and it doesn't help long term. So you need to encourage your significant other to really get out there and make hard decisions for themselves, to really feel the emotions that they're feeling around feeling insecure. Have them explore, you can support them with this, but have them explore, where is the insecurity coming from? How is it impacting your life? How is it affecting you? What can you do to help yourself feel better? So really encourage their decision making, encourage their autonomy, encouraging their independence and their individuality, really boosting them up as an individual so they can run their own life by themselves in a healthy way. Yes, you're there to support them because you are their partner, but you still need to be autonomous. You still need to be able to be independent. So it's really help encouraging those decisions for them, whatever that looks like, so they can feel good about themselves, and that'll slowly help increase their self-esteem and their self-worth, okay? The more that they know, like, hey, I can do this on my own, and I don't need my significant other to make decisions for me or to tell me certain positive things. I can tell myself those things and it makes me feel good. Okay, so you're going to encourage the individuality for your significant other. That's really important. Step number 3, I think it's important to explore our own behavior when we're in any relationship and in any situation. We always do want to look at ourselves and see if we're doing anything that we could always do better, especially when we're dealing with an insecure partner. So I just want you to explore your own behavior for you. And I'm not blaming you on that, you are the cause of your significant other's insecurity. I'm not saying that at all. But sometimes we can say things or do things to either, to increase the insecurity at times or exacerbate the situation, or maybe we can do some codependent and enabling behaviors for our significant other. So you really want to see what you're doing to help contribute to your partner's insecurity, if any. Maybe you're not causing it, maybe you're not saying negative things or comments, maybe you are, you want to look at that. But are you also, enabling your significant other? Are you making decisions in the relationship? Are you trying to put the Band-Aid on the problem by saying, hey, you're beautiful, I promise, and don't worry about it, and every time they need reassurance and positivity from you, you're always there to give it to them no matter what. Again, you want to be supportive, but you don't want to be enabling and codependent to where their insecurities, that they're not working on the insecurities themselves and they're not trying to heal themselves, okay? You want to support their own healing. So you want to ask yourself, just what am I doing that may be contributing to this problem or to this issue, and what can I do better or differently to help fix it? Okay, I think always looking at ourselves of what we can do is super important and super critical. Step number 4 You want to figure out which insecurities you can live with, dealing with an insecure partner, and what insecurities you cannot live with. Sometimes people who are insecure, who have no ego, low self-esteem, sometimes those people are the ones to cheat. Oftentimes we feel so low about ourselves, so the only things that we can do to help ourselves feel better is to flirt with other people and get out there and sometimes have sex with other people. So that's something that you need to figure out, okay? Okay, as a partner in this relationship, am I okay with my partner cheating? Most likely not. That's just a kind of an extreme example of something that you wouldn't be okay with. But what about other things? What other behaviors that your partner who is insecure, what do they do, towards you or to you, or maybe how does it impact the relationship, and what can you live with and what can't you live with? It's important to set those boundaries and know clearly for yourself what you're willing to tolerate in the relationship dealing with an insecure partner and what you're not, okay? So these are just some questions to ask yourself, because nobody's going to be perfect, and we're all going to be struggling with our value and our self-worth, right? So insecurities can look differently with a bunch of different people. So we're able to tolerate certain things about having an insecure partner, but what are we not willing to tolerate? I think when it gets to a point where the relationship becomes toxic, maybe where you guys are always fighting, getting these big battles, these big disagreements. Maybe your partner isn't able to, get out of bed and is just so insecure they can't even get out into the world, and that's really impacting your relationship and your ability to kind of get out there together as a couple and do things together. Again, these are just questions to ask yourself. What boundaries are you willing to have your partner kind of cross in terms of what are you willing to tolerate, but what are you not willing to tolerate in the relationship when it comes to insecurities? Hopefully that makes sense, but it's really important to ask yourself that, okay? Where are my boundaries? Where do they lie? What can I put up with? What can I not? Okay? And last but not least, it's super important that you as a partner are going to support your partner's growth and change, okay? You are not the one who is struggling with insecurities maybe as much as your significant other. You want to support their growth. You want to encourage them to pick themselves up by the bootstraps and figure this thing out. Maybe they need professional help. Maybe they need some type of a support group. Maybe they need some individuality and being able to make decisions for themselves. Whatever it is, you need to support their growth and change. Again, if you just enable and you are codependent in the relationship and they're not getting better and they're not getting healthier, then they're always going to struggle with insecurities. So it's super important that you are encouraging your significant other to work on their issue. You're there to support them. You're a team, you're a team player. You want them to be healthy and happy, but you need to also encourage them to do that, okay? So you're going to support their path of growth and change. You're going to support their journey from being insecure to a super secure, confident person, okay? So it's important to support that and encourage it, and don't let your significant other continue to do things and say things that are going to be detrimental to themselves and detrimental to the relationship, okay? You always want your significant other to do better and be better every single day, just like you're doing, and you want your significant other to do the same. So I hope that was helpful. Those are my 5 tips to help with an insecure partner. You're going to do these things every single day, day in and day out. This is going to be a process. This isn't something that just happens overnight. Insecurities, like I said, are really deep-rooted at times and can be big struggles for people. So you want to be a support person and a support network for your significant other, and encourage them to change and really help figure out, how they can get from point A to point B. They need to help themselves, but you can be that team member and that co-member of the relationship to help them get there, okay? You want to support them, you just don't want to enable them, okay? And be codependent. That's really important. That's a big distinction. So I hope you found this helpful. Please, if you have any questions or comments, write them down in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you like I always do. Again, this is Kristen from KristinCoaching.com, and thank you so much for joining me for another video today. Take care. Bye.